Alright, hello everyone and welcome to Growing My Video Game Collection. This is where I'm going to be showing you the stuff I got from flea markets, yard sales, thrift stores, and Craigslist. So I'm going to try to go over this stuff really quickly. First, this guy who lived relatively close to me was selling a copy of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! And this, I think this is a berry colored Game Boy color. He was selling both for $20. He told me if I come get it right now, he'd give it to me for $15. I did not need a copy of Punch-Out!, but the guy wasn't going to separate anything, so I just bought the two for $15, and then I just sold the copy of Punch-Out! To GameStop for like $23 or whatever. So I got to keep this. This does have its battery backing, and it's just in really nice shape. I did not have this color, so it was nice to add it to the collection. This is the one thing in the video that I kind of got burned on. I mean, it's probably still a good deal, but this lady was selling a bunch of PS1 games for $5 a piece. I told her there was only 3 that I needed, and I asked her if she could send a picture of them because there was no picture on Craigslist. But instead, she just said, "Oh, they all have their cases," and she would not budge in sending me a picture. She just said, "If you want information, go to the Craigslist ad." So I finally meet up with her, and lo and behold, Crash 2 was just like, yes, sure, this has a case, but it doesn't have its manual or backing art. That's Crash 2. This is Crash Bandicoot Warped. It actually does have its manual and it has its holographic cover also, but it does not have the back. And then the other one that I bought from her was Lucky Luke. This is the one I really, really wanted because next time we do some Western things on 3 Pro Noobs, I want to play this game. This is complete. It's actually in really, really nice shape. So she brought those out and I was immediately kind of let down, but she was an older woman and I didn't want to try to offer her less because I feel like she would have had like a heart attack or something. So the thing that made it okay is she gave me these demo discs that she just found. They're actually pretty cool. The first one is for Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage and also for Crash Team Racing, and it's kind of this accordion thing. This is actually really neat. I love both of these games, so it's cool. It's cool to add to the collection. And then the other one she gave me was Hot Shots Golf 2 and Speed Punks, and it's the same kind of idea where it's like this accordion thing. Anyway, this is pretty sweet. The Speed Punks demo is not in here, but Speed Punks and Hot Shots are both cool games, so if you don't have to pick them up. So overall, I mean, I paid $15. Hopefully I can make some money back or whatever, but if not, so be it. Someone was selling a N64 on Craigslist with one game, and my girlfriend needed the N64 because she wanted to give one to her brother for his birthday or for whatever reason. And the game that was with it is a game I didn't have, so she let me have it, and it's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. This game is actually deceivingly expensive. This game is like $25 itself. This is the last official N64 game that was ever released, so it's cool to add it to the collection. And then the last things that I have from Craigslist, I have like one hookup on Craigslist. Back in the day, if you go back to a lot of the old videos I used to put out, I used to have an ad on Craigslist and I used to get all kinds of cool stuff. But now where I'm at, like really nobody has an ad because they all get flagged all the time, which is fair. I mean, it makes it that much more even for everybody. I mean, I don't think people are purposely like doing this to even the playing field, but there's no ads from anybody. There's no, want ads from anybody. So anyway, I bought a couple games from this guy a little while back. And now he sells me all of his Nintendo games. He does like, clean outs and all that kind of stuff. So he sells me his Nintendo games for $4 a piece. He sold me for $20, which is a little cheaper than that. Some of them I didn't need, but he's like the hookup that I have that if he has something, I'll just buy everything he has because I'm pretty sure I can clear $4 back even if I didn't want them just to kind of keep the hookup, So the first was Super Mario Bros. 2, and these really range in quality. Like this does have a crack at the bottom if you can see it. Some of them have like smoke damage, but in general, they all work. I actually spent an hour or an hour and a half just taking these all apart, cleaning all the boards, cleaning all the cases, gluing anything back in that were broken, like any of those plastic nubs inside the case or whatever. Super Mario Bros. 3, Star Tropics. This is Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge. As you can see, there's some label damage up here. And then the 2 that I needed, I didn't know if I had Star Tropics and Star Tropics 2. I did actually end up having them. I had all 4 of those original games, but these 2 I didn't have. Laser Invasion, I had never even heard of this game. I've been trying to collect all the Konami games, so as soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy whatever you have. And then the other one was Back to the Future 2 and 3. I know that this game sucks, probably just as bad or worse than the first one, but I didn't have it. And the only stuff that I don't need can easily sell back for $20. So I went to a couple yard sales. I really haven't been doing the whole yard sale thing lately. I mean, I have a nice flea market around me. I have a couple nice flea markets around me. Craigslist is working for me. The thrift stores around me are doing pretty well. So I've been kind of doing that more than the whole yard sale thing, but if I see one, I'll pull over. So the first one I went to, this lady just had a free bin, and the first thing in there was Game Boy secret codes. This is for the Game Boy Color. And as soon as I saw these, I grabbed them, obviously. And then this is Legend of Zelda. This is a strategy guide for Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. And then if you flip it over, it's for Oracle of Seasons. So those are cool. As soon as I saw those, of course, I asked her if she had anything else, but she said the yard sale had been going since the day before, so she said a bunch of kids bought stuff. So that's probably where all that went. And then I went to one tag sale, and I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while now. This is the 4-disc collector's edition of Blade Runner. This was $1 at a sale, and I don't know if you know anything about Blade Runner, but I think you have to watch all 5 cuts of this movie. Or 4. I think you have to watch the original 4 cuts of the movie to know exactly what happens. But I think the last cut of this, I think, is from 2007. So there's a newer version. There's a newer cut from like 2016 or something. I think that has all of these together. So this is cool. I want to watch all the cuts of this. It's a great movie. And yeah, it was nice to find that. My local Savers has just moved all the video games and electronic stuff to another section, and I'm not so sure if any of the people who used to go there know that it's been moved or where it's been moved to. So I've been finding some pretty cool stuff. The first thing I found was this Wavebird. It did not have its receiver. It does have its battery cover. This was beat. This was so filthy. This thing was disgusting. I completely took this entire thing apart and I scrubbed it with disinfectant. I put a new C-stick in here. No, sorry. Nope, I guess I did not have a new C-stick or a thumbstick, so I just cleaned them and put them back in, and I scrubbed this thing and put it back together. I already have, I think, 5 Wavebirds. I only have 4 receivers, but either way, I'm going to pick it up when I can find them for $5. I cleaned it up. It looks fine. I guarantee it's going to work fine. And then the other one I picked up there, I have passed on so many of these controllers because they never have the receivers. I'll pick up the Wavebird without the receiver, but I'm not just going to pick up controllers willy-nilly without the receiver. So this is a Logitech PS2 controller. A couple months back, or maybe a year at this point, I actually don't even remember, I picked up that Predator PS2 controller, which was wireless and it had its receiver and backing. Here's the controller. It's in beautiful shape. It has its battery cover. There were no batteries in here when I got it, so there's no corrosion. And then here's the receiver. And that was nice. I found that for $5. Like I said, I passed on tons of those for the PS2 and for the Xbox, which I would have loved to have had, but none of them had the receivers. And I looked through all the bags on the wall, and there's none there. So who knows if they're stuck in the system or lost or thrown away or whatever. Rest of the stuff here is all from a flea market, or from 2 flea markets, sorry. The first thing is one of my favorite pickups of the entire video. This is a copy of Strider for the Sega Master System. I bought this from a guy at the flea market for $6, and this is a game I did not have, and I don't have too many Master System games. Like, I don't have the full library or close to the full library, but like, I have enough to where I don't find the games that I need regularly. This does not have its manual, but the cool thing about this is this is an actual American version of this game. If you look at the UPC down here, it's a sticker. It's printed on the case, and then there's a sticker over it. The later versions of Master System games were the same in Europe and the same in America. So the way they differentiated them was by putting a sticker over the UPC. So this is an American version. It's cool to add to my collection. I'm a big fan of the Master System, and yeah, I love finding new games for it. This game was $1 from a vendor at the same flea market. This is Tom and Jerry in War of the Whiskers. Does not have its manual, but I want to play this with the noobs at some point. I think we're going to do a licensed game month where we're playing just like licensed animated games. I want to do that. I've heard this game's actually pretty good. This was also $1. This is Rango for the Wii. Maybe it's just the DS version that's good. This is complete. I've been wanting to play this for a while. Ever since I heard that it was decent. I mean, the art looks great. I've never seen the movie. That's pretty cool. This is one of my favorite pickups in a while. Unfortunately, I can't play it, and I don't even know how this flea market even got this, but There's a game for PlayStation, PS1, called Gunfighter Revenge of Jesse James. I believe that's the title. This is Gunfighter 2 Revenge of Jesse James. Revenge of Jesse James. That means the first one was probably not called that. But either way, this is the second one. This game never came out in America. This is a PAL release. This is a light gun game. I'm a huge fan of light gun games. It's complete. This was also in the dollar bin from where I got these other two games. As soon as I saw this, I knew exactly what it was. I knew I wanted it, and even though I couldn't play it, I was still going to pick it up. So that's very, very cool to find that. Also from the same flea market, actually, before I do this one, this is from the same vendor. I actually paid $3 for this. This is a copy of Area 51 complete. This is one of the games I had when I was a kid for PS1 that I played all the time. I love this game. It's such a fantastic port from the arcade. We just played through a bunch of this on 3 Pro Noobs recently. I had a blast playing it. And the last thing I got from that flea market was a DS game called Barnyard Blast Swine of the Night. This game's funny. It pokes a lot of fun at video games. There's a lot of like pop culture references of video games in here. It does a lot of things. Like tries to mimic like Castlevania. Like you have a whip and you pick up hearts and all that kind of stuff. This is a game I don't ever see, and I'm not trying to say anything's rare because I don't want to stir up all chit chat in the gaming community. But I don't ever see this game. So when I heard about this game, I bought it from eBay, but it was just card only. So when I found this copy, which was $2, and it was complete, I was obviously going to upgrade. It's a cool game. It's unique. It's different. I'm not saying it's amazing, but it's definitely, worthy enough to be in your collection. And the rest of this stuff was from the other flea market. So this is that previous stuff was from this indoor flea market that I go to a lot. Most of this stuff was $1. I buy a lot of games that I wouldn't normally buy because I want to play them with the noobs, because we do play some ridiculous games that nobody wants in their collection. Elf. Things like that. Anyway, this is Monsters vs. Aliens. This was $1. It is complete. Looks cool enough. Honestly, this is 2-player. I don't know why I thought this was 4-player. I definitely would like to play this with the noobs during some animated month. This game I've been looking for a while. I don't see it too often. This was $2 at the flea market. So this now is from an outdoor flea market. This is Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal. I asked the guy how much his games were. He said they're $2 a piece. I bought this one immediately. The other ones, it's like Call of Duty, like random stuff that I either had or didn't want. When I cycled back like 20 minutes later after I hit the end of the flea market and came back, someone had bought all the rest. They were all gone. This was at someone's booth for $1. Metal Arms Glitch in the System. I don't have this game. I'm pretty sure I've heard pretty good things about it. This is 1 to 4 players. I like to play this with the noobs. Either way, I'm going to play it myself. Either way, it's just a good addition to the collection because I know I've heard things about that game. I'll finish out the Xbox stuff. Lady was selling. She had like 6 Xbox games, and she went for the sale. She said, "You know what? They're $2 a piece. I'll give you all 6 for $10." But it was like the Herbs. What else was it? It was like the Herbs. It was the Jet Set Radio Future combo, but it was pretty beat up. I don't know. Stuff I didn't want, so I played it safe and I just bought the 2 things I know I needed. This is The Simpsons Road Rage. This game is missing its manual. The Simpsons Road Rage is their version of Crazy Taxi. Very good game, very fun. If you see it, pick it up. Also, if you see whatever the other one was, Simpsons Hit and Run, get that. I love that game. And then this is the other one I don't see too often. This is Taz Wanted. Again, I picked this game up because we're going to be doing the animated month at one point. On 3 Pro Noobs. It's complete. $2 a piece. I gave it the $4. Pieced out. I could have made her a better deal, but whatever. This is a game I don't ever see. I've seen this game twice in my life. Once at that flea market with the indoor flea market for $10, and once here. So I picked it up because I didn't want to pay $10 for it. This is Asterix in, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Kick Buttocks. This is a PS2 game featuring Asterix. He's been in other games. I don't ever see this game. This guy was annoying. I said, "Hey, how much are your games?" He said, "Oh, the $3 and up." I said, "How much is this?" No response. Literally no response. Didn't even look my way. Heard me. Then I walked up. I said, "Okay, I'll just take this." He's like, $4. Why'd you even bother telling me $3 and up? Anyway. When he saw me holding this. Either way, I don't ever see this. If you see it, pick it up. I'm not saying it's rare. I just don't ever see it, and I've collected a lot of PS2 games, and I've almost never, ever seen that game the entire time I've collected. And the last set is a bunch of stuff. This guy had a booth. He had manuals and stuff for $1, and then another box of manuals that were $1 a piece. Here's the stuff I got that were $5 for $1. First, Oh god, the Super Scope 6. These are $5 for a buck. Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest. I just picked that up a little while back. Sonic Classics. That says Sonic, Sonic 2, and Mean Bean Machine. Here's the boxing manual for Wii Sports. And then this is the 1998 collector's CD, the Squaresoft one that has Xenogears, Bushido Blade, Brave Fencer Musashi, and Final Fantasy VIII. I bought this because I thought I don't have this, and I don't think I do have it, but I can't remember which game this goes with. When I first bought this, I was like, okay, this is the other CD from Musashi, but why would Musashi be on here if it went with that? Then I thought, okay, it went with 8, but 8 is also on here, so this either goes with 7, or I have no clue what game that goes with, but I know I don't have it. And then to wrap this stuff up, these are the manuals that he was selling for $1. First one, I picked this game up a little while back, Road Rash 64. I just don't really ever see that game. Second is, I picked this up a little while ago, Gargoyle's Quest. This is the manual for it. Somebody put codes on the back. And then the coolest one probably is Rock and Roll Racing. If you've never played this game, you should check it out. It's on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and there's actually a Game Boy Advance port of it, or just emulate it, whatever. Cool game. Those last 3 manuals were $1 a piece. The other ones were $5 for $1. Those are my flea market, tag sale, Craigslist. What else do we have here? And thrift store pickups for the past, I don't know, week and a half or, whatever, 2 weeks. So, yeah, what have you collected? What have you got? Let me know. Yeah, that's it. Stay nerdy. Peace.
I got a raging nerd on.